It's the Tennessee Titans taking on
just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Nashville. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
That'll be complete to Sermon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man. That's Leggett. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. You talk about this Titan defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. An 8-yard gain, so that gets him halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more. Now Anderson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Anderson. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr., his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive, and the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now Rainey. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Anderson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. The Titans at 12-3 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Anderson. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Buying time to his left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They'll run with Pollard. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, Anderson. That ball caught by Harrison. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards that time. Pollard, he'll take it up the gut. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Pollard is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. So the watch is officially on now. That ties him with Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander for 2nd place all-time on the single-season list of rushing touchdowns.
And, partner, he now just sits 1 behind LaDainian Tomlinson's record of 28. We know LT's watching. We know he'd hate to lose his record, but we also understand he has great admiration for what this man's done, and he would be a worthy successor to the crown. LaDainian Tomlinson, one of the great players, one of the great people of the NFL.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this one to Pittman. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
They'll throw now on the final play. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start in the Motor City. Detroit playing host to Green Bay in an NFC North matchup. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. Jalen Waddle, a touchdown reception. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Khalil Shakir, a touchdown reception. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This taken in right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And you can see they'll be the AFC South representative, but for the moment at least, they'd still need to host a wild card game in that first weekend, but not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all, and you and I both know this about this division. It's been wide open and extremely competitive, and it was again this year. So for a team to come away with the division title and get to the playoffs, you know they'll be battle-tested for their run in January and into February.
Throwing on first down. Anderson being chased out left. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play that time for the Titans. 43 yards. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Fights loose. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. Looking to throw. Anderson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one, so now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. Here's Anderson, looking to throw on 2nd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it is 28-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On second down, it's Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Third down and 6. He'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but an end of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now a give here to Pollard. Fights him off. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Anderson. And it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
First and 10, Taylor now.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
They'll run with Pollard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
To throw is Anderson. To throw on 2nd down.
Over the middle, Harrison.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally. Now Pollard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Anderson got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Titans are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Well, their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll set up to throw.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again.
That one complete to Liggett.
And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And his kick here is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
82 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Titans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say